8:30 a.m. on Sunday, September 21, just about to the autumnal equinox. The real T-Rex remains on vacation, although I did get a visitation with him yesterday. Out the door, it's pretty chilly. Pretty and chilly. The birds are singing. We've got some high clouds as warmer air tries to come back, but it was a cool start. Sterling in Jeffersonville, Vermont. A very pretty thermometer that seems impossible for us to read, but thank you for sharing, Sterling, saying 37 degrees this morning in Jeffersonville near Stowe. Looks like a nice little campground you have there. And it was just about as cold right here where I'm standing. We were in the 40s this morning, and here was the regional temperature and dew point roundup from 7:30. I slept a little late, and you see 43 degrees in Falmouth, Plymouth, and New Bedford. New Bedford, that 43 is up from 36 this morning. So we were cooler in New Bedford, Sterling, than you were in Jeffersonville. And then up in the normally colder spots, northeast kingdom of Vermont there, and lower elevation than Jeffersonville, was in the upper 20s. Same thing in Whitefield, New Hampshire. And the high pressure is right over us, so we had radiational cooling, temperature cooled to the dew point. Dew point was in the 20s yesterday, very dry air. And we could use some rain, and it looks like this is going to be a more active weather week. Remember, last week was supposed to be not very active, but we ended up with spotty, a half inch of rain several different times in our not so active pattern. So as we go into an active pattern, it should be interesting this week with the air coming at us from both Canada and the United States and the Pacific and the Atlantic. The satellite image this morning shows some of that Atlantic energy south of us. Looks like some thunderstorms there well east of Virginia, but our flow is fairly flat from west to east, so most of that action, the clouds, well, definitely the rain, is going to stay south of us, and those clouds are kind of dimming the sun across southern and central New England today, so not a sunburn factor of 10, but for late summer, we're in an incredible stretch of weather. Yesterday was just off the charts beautiful around here, and today is pretty close to the same thing. National radar shows some rain coming across with a warm front in Ohio, and then there's a cold front in Idaho producing some rain, and there's going to be a series of weather systems coming on both the Pacific coast of Canada and the Pacific coast from California to Mexico, and how to time each one and the interaction of that over the next 7 days is a huge challenge. If you look at the general Nashua, New Hampshire 14-day, there are raindrops on 4 of the next 8 days, day 1 being our Sunday, but on this map in this chart it starts on Monday. So the autumnal equinox does look still dry, but then showers off and on right into next weekend. It's going to be a challenge timing them, but hopefully we end up with, oh wow, this is different. Rex is on vacation, and there he goes walking by, not even looking. Nothing to see here. I'll just go back and talk to the turkeys on the roof at my neighbor's house. Did you know that our neighbors have turkeys on the roof? As I trip over a chaise lounge, as I get all confused, and then I got other neighbors and guests over here who are probably trying to sleep. And so let's go to the National Hurricane Center. Gabrielle, 65-mile-an-hour storm, not a hurricane, but expected to become a hurricane, and missing Bermuda. And then there's another little yellow X that has very little chance of becoming tropical cyclone Umberto. The H storm is going to be called Umberto if we ever get there. The real chasers are on the other side of the earth. James Reynolds posting this morning. I think he's on Bataan, and he's not sure where it's going to go, whether it goes north or south of the island. Either way, Regasa is a serious storm with 160-mile-an-hour wind. So that's called a super typhoon. That's what they call them. It's the same thing as a hurricane, same thing as a Cat 5 major hurricane, but it's called a super typhoon on the other side of the world. Okay, I've got some fog forming on my lens, so I have to clean the lens. And why don't I show you this afternoon's map while I clean my lens? I've got my noise-canceling microphone on, so it's not affecting the audio. That's a 1028 high-pressure system over New England. High pressure, confluence aloft, that makes blue sky, and a rebound in the temperatures, where it was in the 20s this morning, it should be about 70 this afternoon. And you see the warm front over Ohio. Actually, that warm front stretches from the mid-Atlantic states all the way to Illinois. That warm front's going to be coming at us on the backside of the high, and that means action. And then you see that cold front in Idaho. That's going to be coming at us about Thursday or so, and that's going to mean action. So we have a lot of action, and to try and track that action is going to be a challenge. I showed the Nashville already with the wave of warmth coming at us and then some cool. So why don't I just get right to the squirrel right here. Now they know how to stay on the other side of the tree so you can't get them. But there's a squirrel within about 10 feet of us just hiding. Gives me an opportunity to show you my late planted compost pumpkins. Do we have any in here? Oh, crow just flew about 10 feet away too. So very pretty flowers, and I talk about the gender of flowers. That is a boy, and this one is a boy. So we don't have any girl flowers, and the girl flowers are the ones that give you a pumpkin. So I have just male flowers. Yep, I don't see any pumpkins, and it's getting kind of late, so I'm probably not getting pumpkins other than going to the store. And it's a good day for it. The pumpkins are starting to show up. What a day. Fall begins with the autumnal equinox tomorrow, and it looks pretty good for about 24 hours, and then it gets really rough. So let's get to the Euro now. I call it Not in a Hurry Sunday, but other people are in a hurry. Or maybe you need to take a nap, and then this slow-paced video is pretty good for you. That high pressure system moving out of New England, and on the backside here comes a warm front with low pressure, some of the remnant from tropical cyclone Mario in the Pacific Ocean, with energy infused from that, going with a low pressure to our north, which brings the air in from the southwest tomorrow, but it also brings clouds and threat for showers, not so much tomorrow, but more tomorrow night and Tuesday. And Tuesday, stop it right here for a second. High pressure to our north, high pressure to our south, and a front right over New England. So what is wind? Air moving from that high pressure system in Canada toward northern New England, and air from that high pressure system to our south into southern New England. That is air running into itself from the south and the north, and that causes the air to rise, and that's what makes precipitation. Okay, so let's keep that going as that high from Canada kind of takes over, a brief cool incursion here for Wednesday. And maybe it doesn't rain, but maybe it does because the front is stalled so close. And then we're going to have a sort of what we call a full latitude trough developing with the flow from Canada digging down into the Mississippi Valley and then coming up the east coast. And we're going to be on the cool side with rain returning on Thursday, and then the front's right over us on Friday with some showers and thunderstorms possible as we briefly warm up, and it'll become almost tropical-like with humidity dew points in the 60s before the cold front Friday night and Saturday that looks like it's trying to shut down. But then late Saturday, there's a batch of rain with a wave on the front here right over eastern New England. Perhaps next Saturday we ruin our streak of beautiful Saturdays. Then there's a brief cool incursion. Actually, it looks very cold incursion here on Sunday, but the high is going to our south, so as quickly as cool air comes in again late next weekend, that high to our south induces a wind from the west-southwest, and we warm it up briefly before another front comes at us from Canada. And this one, we'll take it out now till Tuesday, September 30th. This one shows the 540 line crashing right into New England with the 534, those blue lines, right on its heels. So that is a very cold, strong, high-pressure system coming at us from central Canada, which brings in another frost and freeze for us about day 10, next Monday into Tuesday. And so that's really active, but then there's still a lot of warmth left across the U.S., and that warm will try and rebound, and that could help greening our grass with more rain. So I think the rainfall amounts in New England, that's it for those synoptic weather maps, synoptic being the large-scale weather features, and those lows altogether and all those days with possible rain probably are going to average 1 to 2 inches of rain for most of New England. It's impossible to say how much. Of course, we'll do the and where, but we'll do the fine-tuning as we get closer. But one thing is certain, we're not getting hit by any hurricanes through the rest of September, nowhere in the United States, which is kind of amazing. And I hear turkeys around here. Anyone see any turkeys? Do you know where they are? I hear them. So the Enmore from yesterday, we went down the beach and shut down the swimming area for the winter, which is kind of melancholy, but it's fun to hang around with your neighbors and and it was such a beautiful day for that. And then we ended up the day at the summer shanty, where the beautiful sunset over Bass River and Horsefoot Cove. But I'm going to go in a little bit of a different order. I'm going to show that sunset scene after what happened when we got back from the shanty, and the turkeys all lifted from the ground right here where Angela and T-Rex are standing, and they jump up onto Angela's roof, and then they get to the ridge line, and then they run down the ridge line, and then they jump into the trees where somehow they sleep standing up in the trees, which I don't really understand. So that's going to be the end more, but I can hear the turkeys right now, I think. Any turkeys? Oh, there's one turkey over there. Oh, wait, no, that's Scott. Sorry. Where are they? Where are the turkeys, Angela? I can hear them. She's not talking. Nobody's talking to me. Nobody wants to be on Out the Door Weather and More. Okay, so yesterday's weather today. And more. Almost a brisk breeze. 11 o'clock on the Saturday. Blue jay squawking at something up there. Birds, birds, birds. Migratory birds. Year-round birds. But it's not a year-round swimming area. So it's that day, last Saturday of celestial summertime. Time to bring in the swimming area. Kind of sad. And the raft. But a nice day for it, though, that's for sure. Every buoy has a cormorant on it, but the raft doesn't at this juncture. Then who would make the video? Rollers. That's how they built the pyramids, I think.
All right, Tim, we need food.
Crab packs. You smell that? Every year it's different colored goops. Yep, and it's stuff growing in Bass River. And then the cormorant crap on there. Yeah, so this is cormorant cement. And digested and extracted blue crabs and all other kinds of stuff. That's the before and then after. It's nice. Getting a pressure washer down the beach, that's a different story. Who wants to try? I mean, I'll keep doing it, but I think it's fun, so. Who wants to go next? A little like Tom Sawyer. Just say it's fun. Who wants to paint the fence? Who wants to clean the raft? It's very important, though, that you have an overseer in the chair. One yellow ball left. Swimming area's pretty much done. And look at the minnows just chowing on that crab claw. So we had to do some bee eradication. Be very careful when you're working in the brush. But the raft is all clean, at least the top of it is. And it's gonna go to its winter rest spot there. As soon as we know the bees are done with us, or we're done with them or something. Very clean now. Cormorant's gonna have to find something else to stand on. The stuff we find on the beach. What is that? We have sharks. Shark in the bay, shark in the bay. Right where we want to put the raft. Yellow jackets, which are actually technically wasps. Scott took 3 hits, so we're gonna have to let the raft wait for another time. That was fun on the beach. Good job, team. Have you seen T-Rex around? Oh, there. Can T-Rex come out and play? Hi, Rex. Oh, yeah. Pretend that you missed me. He's pretending. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, Tim, I'm not eating any more of that stuff.
He's
Yeah.
staying with us at least tonight.
All right, we got a T-Rex fix. Yeah, he's just chilling in the shade. And I guess you're sleeping over your friend's house again tonight? Yep, always looking over in that direction. Whenever we go outside, that's the first thing he does is look for Anna. Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? Can you find a worm for us in there? Yeah. Don't let Kevin see you doing that, though, okay? Yeah, he's not looking. You can keep going.
Tyler really didn't want me walking over here because she thought you would take him.
Seriously?
But he likes to come over here.
Tufted titmouse. Crow. Black-headed chickadee. Now this is proper high pressure. Hardly a cloud in the entire sky. Wow. Out here on Cape Cod, almost a tiny bit of a Route 6 cloud. Finest kind. Final Saturday in celestial summertime. What's next? What are we gonna do next? Mow the lawn. Yeah, sure, okay. Who's got the nicest lawn in town? I don't know, Kevin and Scott compete pretty vigorously. Not too shabby. That was Kevin's lawn. There's Scott's lawn. And then here's Tim's lawn. I'm gonna call the cops on whoever's living in this place because they just don't take care of their lawn. And I don't know how you can even be neighbors. I mean, that guy and this guy, they get the best lawns. So we're looking up at the turkeys saying, oh, I only see one or two. And I'm like, where are the rest of them? And Jim's like, oh, there they are. Just standing right next to us. I like the sound they make. Yep. I wonder how they decide when they're gonna fly. It's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. It's like a wing and a prayer every time they lift off. Like how he kind of got a running start there. Oh, he took the long way. He skipped the roof and went over the road. And there were two. Oh, here he comes. Look at. Can turkeys sleep standing up on branches in a tree? Might as well keep it Bass River. Oh, yeah, that's sweet. Bass River beauty. Until the sun gets a little low, it's getting a little chilly. A light east breeze. The very inside of Horsefoot Cove here by the Shanty and Sundancers, part of Bass River. And I'm seeing some smaller ducks. Those mallards or wood ducks? I think I would know. But they're pretty. Pretty small. And they seem to like each other a lot. And what's not to like here? As the sun heads for the horizon. And I think we're just gonna play it out with some marina, sounds of the marina. And Captain Spacetime is our pianist, and the name of the tune is Up and Down and Round and Round. The sun goes up and down and round as we close in on the autumnal equinox. And here on the Bass River cam, the sun is now low enough in the southern sky that we can actually see it come over the pond there. Right now, I'm visualizing and guessing 3, 4 o'clock. A few cumulus clouds, otherwise beautiful. gonna change position for Weymouth. Underneath boats right here. Let's walk over there. Beautiful. And Weymouth. Hardly a cloud in the sky is my guess. And what was it? High tide. Probably late morning, so water going down for most of the afternoon. Not in a hurry Sunday. I do have a bit of a plan today though. Hopefully gonna reunite with some old friends and make some new friends. And get a couple of little projects done. Always a little something to do. Never bored. Infrequently overwhelmed. Loving this. Bit of boat traffic. Sunset, beautiful Bass River beauty. Cape Cod. Till tomorrow.